You won't believe how deeply Catholic life still shapes America. Many think the faith belongs only to Rome, Paris, or Mexico City, but right here in the United States, entire cities are alive with Catholic parishes, schools, and traditions. From the bells that still echo in old neighborhoods to the festivals that gather families, Catholicism is not just a religion here. It is part of everyday life. These parishes were built by immigrants who carried nothing but their faith across oceans. They stood through poverty, struggle, and change. Today, many of them remain strong, some even growing larger than ever. So let's take a journey together through the top 10 U.S. cities with the most Catholic parishes. Stay with me until the end, because the city that takes number 3 will absolutely surprise you. 10. Louisville. Louisville, Kentucky, is one of the oldest Catholic centers in the United States. Its Catholic history stretches back to the early 19th century, when settlers moving west brought their faith with them. The Archdiocese of Louisville now has more than 120 parishes serving over 135,000 Catholics. Irish and German immigrants built strong parish communities that became the backbone of neighborhoods. They didn't just build churches, they built schools, orphanages, and hospitals. Even today, you can walk through Germantown or Butchertown and see towering brick churches and parish schools that have stood for more than a century. Festivals and parish picnics remain a huge part of family life. Louisville's story shows how faith can quietly sustain generations. 9. San Antonio. Catholicism here is older than the United States itself. In the 1700s, Spanish Franciscan missionaries founded missions like San Jose, Concepcion, and San Juan Capistrano. These missions weren't just churches, they were communities, schools, and homes. Today, they are both historical monuments and active parishes, where Mass is still celebrated. San Fernando Cathedral, founded in 1731, remains one of the oldest cathedrals in America. San Antonio is nearly 40% Catholic, and its cultural life is shaped by this faith. Holy Week processions, parish fiestas, and quinceañeras celebrated in church halls show how Catholicism is tied to daily life. Walking through San Antonio feels like walking into a living history book, where tradition and faith are not past memories but living realities. 8. Galveston, Houston. Houston may be known for oil and space exploration, but its Catholic life is enormous. The Archdiocese of Galveston, Houston serves nearly 1.8 million Catholics across about 150 parishes. It is one of the fastest-growing Catholic centers in the country, thanks to immigration. The parishes here are alive with diversity. Mexican families bring Dia de los Muertos traditions. Vietnamese Catholics celebrate Lunar New Year. Filipinos host Simbang Gabi, and African communities fill masses with vibrant music. The Co-Cathedral of the Sacred Heart downtown is a modern landmark, but in every neighborhood there are parishes that serve as spiritual homes for families. Houston proves that Catholicism is not fading. It is growing in new and powerful ways. 7. Buffalo. Buffalo, New York, was once an industrial giant, attracting immigrants from Poland, Italy, Ireland, and Germany. They brought their faith, and Catholic parishes became the center of community life. Today, nearly half the city still identifies as Catholic, making it one of the most Catholic cities in the country. Our Lady of Victory Basilica, built under the guidance of Father Nelson Baker, remains one of the most impressive Catholic churches in America. It wasn't just a church. It became the center of schools, orphanages, and hospitals. Buffalo has struggled economically, but Catholicism continues to thrive. Sunday masses are filled, parish festivals bring communities together, and Catholic schools still shape young lives. Buffalo is proof that even when a city suffers hardship, faith endures. 6. Philadelphia. The Catholic story in Philadelphia is massive. The Archdiocese of Philadelphia, founded in 1808, is one of the largest in the country, serving more than 1 million Catholics. The Cathedral Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul is a powerful symbol of this legacy. For over 2 centuries, Irish, Italian, Polish, and German immigrants built parishes in nearly every neighborhood. Each parish wasn't just a church, but a whole community. Today, Catholic schools and universities like Villanova and St. Joseph's continue to play a major role in the city. In 2015, Pope Francis visited Philadelphia for the World Meeting of Families, and almost 1 million people filled the streets for his Massachusetts. That moment showed the world that Philadelphia remains one of the centers of Catholic life in America. 5. Boston. Boston is often thought of as the Catholic capital of the United States. More than a third of the city is Catholic, a legacy of the massive Irish immigration in the 19th century. The Archdiocese of Boston oversees hundreds of parishes, schools, and institutions. Catholic life here is everywhere. St. Patrick's Day parades, Catholic schools like Boston College, and historic parishes in the North End. The Cathedral of the Holy Cross remains a landmark not just of faith, but of Boston's very identity. Walking through South Boston or Dorchester, you can still feel the parish spirit that shaped families for generations. Boston has faced challenges, but its Catholic spirit has never faded. For Chicago, Chicago is one of the giants of American Catholicism. At its peak, the Archdiocese of Chicago was the largest in the nation. Today, it still serves millions of Catholics across hundreds of parishes. Holy Name Cathedral downtown is a major landmark, but Chicago's Catholic life is really found in its neighborhoods. Irish, Polish, Italian, Hispanic, and Filipino immigrants all built parishes that still serve their communities. St. Hyacinth Basilica stands as a symbol of Polish devotion, while Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish serves Mexican families with passion. Catholic schools and charities in Chicago continue to serve thousands. Chicago proves that Catholicism is not only about history, it is about a living faith that grows through diversity. 3. New York City. Here is where the surprise comes. The Archdiocese of New York serves about 2.8 million Catholics. Add the Diocese of Brooklyn and Rockville Center, and the numbers are staggering. St. Patrick's Cathedral on Fifth Avenue is the most famous Catholic church in America, but more importantly, it is a living parish filled with daily massgoers. Catholic parishes stretch across every borough, serving immigrant families from Ireland, Italy, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and the Philippines. Catholic schools have educated generations of leaders, while Catholic charities are among the city's most important institutions. What makes New York fascinating is how Catholic life thrives in the middle of one of the world's busiest, most modern cities. It is a place of skyscrapers and subways, but also of sacraments and traditions. Many expected New York to take the top spot, but it doesn't. 2. Los Angeles. The Archdiocese of Los Angeles is the largest in the United States, serving more than 4 million Catholics across nearly 300 parishes. The Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels is a modern and striking building, but Catholic life here is about diversity. Mexican-American Catholics celebrate Our Lady of Guadalupe with massive processions. Filipino Catholics hold Simbang Gabi novenas before Christmas. Korean and Vietnamese Catholics bring their devotions, while African communities add rich traditions of prayer. All of this diversity creates one of the most vibrant Catholic communities in the world. Los Angeles is young, growing, and powerful, showing what the future of Catholicism in America looks like. 1. Chicago. New York? No, the #1 place for Catholic life in the U.S. is still Los Angeles, holding the record for both Catholic population and parishes. This is the beating heart of Catholic America today. Looking back at these 10 cities, the story is clear. Catholicism in America is not fading. It is thriving. In Louisville and Buffalo, it sustained families through struggle. In Philadelphia, Boston, and Chicago, it shaped entire cultures. In New York, it thrives alongside global finance and art. And in Houston and Los Angeles, it grows larger every year through immigration and diversity. These cities prove that Catholic life is alive and powerful, not just in history books, but in the streets and families of today's America. If you've stayed with me until the end, now it's your turn. Which city surprised you the most? Did you expect Buffalo? Were you amazed by the size of Los Angeles? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who loves Catholic history, and subscribe so you never miss another journey into the living faith that shapes our world today.